Sammy time. Now we've got Shadow Altars to explore today. But I do also have some other plans. But before we get to them, we will come down and check out this cross, this site of grace. Speak to any friends who might be around. So, good. We like fragments. We appear to have a couple of friends here. The Monk's Missive and May the Best Win. Ah, an illustration of a monk. His hands held together. Seek me to the east if you wish to pursue the way of the warrior. When you find me, you will challenge me to a bout. There is no need for words. That's exciting. Now, we've got at least a couple of friends. We've also got another blessing, which is excellent. So, who are you, friend number one?
You have a knack for timing, my fellow. I found the site of a new cross. Take this.
Another map. Very well.
Mikola has said as much himself. He wishes now to throw it all away. He says the act, though undoubtedly painful, will sear clean the Erdtree's wanton sin. The truth of his claim can be found at each cross. It is evidence enough to earn my belief.
Very well.
Go to the misshapen tree of Umbra. In that forsaken place, blood must spill. The blood of your fellows, the Erdtree faithful.
We can spill blood.
Go to the misshapen tree in that forsaken...
And yep, that's all he's got to say. So, what exactly does this cross say? I abandon here my heart.
Hello again. Did you meet my compatriots?
Hello,
They're
ladder.
quite the congregation, from places as far and wide as you can imagine. Doubtless it'd have all come to blows at first glance, were it not for the charm kindly Mikola put upon us. This is what allows us to serve together, the work of a living God.
Now, when you say charm, do you mean literally a charm? Have you all been bewitched? Tell me about the horn scent.
Wondering about the horn scent, are you? True enough. In any other circumstance, he'd be at our throats. Long ago, Queen Marika commanded Sir Messmer to purge the Tower folk, a cleansing by fire. It's no wonder the horn scent holds the Erdtree in contempt. That aside, man is by nature a creature of conquest, and in this regard, the Tower folk are no different. They were never saints. They just happened to be on the losing side of a war, but it's still a wretched shame.
Very well. I guess you've got nothing else to add. Thanks for that, ladder. Now... Oh, there's the tree. It's now daytime, so we can actually see more than a foot in front of us. Well, there's still a moon up there. But yeah, we've got business to attend to before we properly explore Altus. There's also a map marker, which is nice. Back we go to the plane. Now that I've started playing the DLC, I've been able to go back and start watching the early parts, at least, of some of the Let's Plays from the fellows that I enjoy watching on YouTube. Well, at this point in time I'm only watching Dan Floyd's playthrough on Playframe, but he's found things that I've missed, and therefore we're going to explore a bit of the forest down here. I'm not sure exactly where I'm looking, but there might be a gentleman down here that we need to have a rumble with. It's definitely one of the first things he did, was locate this chap. And this chap might have a weapon that Sammy might want to have a little play around with. Ah, there he is. Logan the Beast Claw. Loga, even. But very clearly a reference. Pretty on the nose one. It's not really like FromSoft to make such an on the nose reference to Wolverine as they have here. Yeah, let's all have a chug. I mean, he looks just like him. And the claws are very obviously Wolverine. Yep, your flask is empty now. Though. Mine isn't. Oh, my stamina bar is though. Piss. Get dead. We got there in the end. And we got ourselves the Beast Claw. So maybe we want to give that a try. It's mostly strength, but, well, it's 13 strength, 11 dex, but I don't know which it's going to actually scale with a bit more in the long run. But it's pretty fun. And yeah, that seems like a good Ash of War right there. So it's a weapon in the form of a carnivorous beast's vicious claws, used to perform slashing attacks uncanny to humankind. And it's an imitation of the esoteric technique of the Horned Warriors. Those who carry this weapon wield it as though they've been possessed by a savage beast. A savage beast like Sammy. So I did a little off-camera work between this episode and last, which included grabbing enough smithing stones to level up any weapon we found. So it should be the work of a moment to get this leveled up. What does it require? Regular smithing stones. And we've got 4 ancient dragon smithing stones. So heck with it, we'll go all the way up to 25. Oh, we could also strengthen up our serpent bow a bit, but I don't think we need to. I also got myself enough levels whilst we were off camera to get our faith up to 12, so we can use Flame Cleanse Me now without needing a talisman, which I thought was probably a wise idea at some point. And rather more excitingly, we also got ourselves a new hat. Behold. Okay, no, it's not that one actually. Behold! We got ourselves the festive hood from Windmill Village. So now Sammy can wear a nice little flowery headband. Also, I got up to 14 flasks, because I've done that on everyone now. Should have done it before I started the DLC probably, but hey ho. Next order of business involves going for a little stroll down towards where that poison merchant that Lulu found is. Because I've been playing off camera on Noob as well, just because I wanted to see how good that steel great hammer was with guard counters. Turns out it's really good. Oh, that's new. A swift spear. We'll check that out in a moment. But yeah, turned out the Noob came up here as well, and he's had a look at the poison merchant, and they did in fact have an item which could be of use for Sam, so we'll grab that whilst we're here. It also turns out that the Black Steel Great Hammer works really nicely with Malekith's armour, almost too nicely. So I wonder if there's some sort of connection there that we need to know about. But hey friend, so this lad sells the Deadly Poison perfume bottle, which is a Dex and Arcane poison bottle. So I think we'll grab that as a second weapon for Sam. Because yeah, it might be nice to have a backup weapon in case Sam needs elemental attacks at some point. Although it does only deal physical damage. I guess poison isn't covered by any of the other types there. But it could be good. We start fights with it perhaps, and then we fling some poison about. And then when people are poisoned, we then switch to our beast claws and we go ham. So I probably don't even need to level it up that much, but I probably will still level it up. Maybe just to 24. Probably uses regular smithing stones. But yeah, that was another thing on the list of stuff to do. Now, it looks like Hornsent has moved on, but Freya hasn't. So let's pop back and speak to her now that we've made a bit of progress. Let's see if anything has changed for her dialogue.
In battle, you can be...
Okay, no, she hasn't changed. Maybe I need to clear out Ballarat before she'll have anything new to say. I do want to also explore a fort that Cherry's been to recently, but I don't have to do that right now because we've just picked up the Beast Claw, so maybe we'll come back and do that later. But let's go then to the High Road Cross once again. Oh yeah, I was going to put an Ash of War on my Beast Claws, which I've forgotten to do. I mean, you can just go with Savage Claws again, but now we could go with, say, Blood and get that blood loss build up really high. Damage is reduced, but blood loss is up high. Yeah, the fact that it's got a D for Arcane now is probably good. It's still primarily a strength weapon, I feel. But hey, it's not so bad. It's fine. We'll live with it. Okay, now we can start to explore Shadow Altars a bit. So, getting to the map marker, probably a good first move. Is that a Death Knight or Black Knight? Why do I keep wanting to call them Death Knights? It certainly is though. That was a good start. Ouch. Yeah. Get wrecked, son. Cool. We got a sliver of meat. So his horse actually was a real living creature, it seems. Well, it's not anymore. And there's the map. We've got this camp in front of us. We've got what might be a church over there, above the Fogriff catacombs that we've previously explored. And Cherry's done a bit of exploring down that way, as you'll see soon. That looks like a legacy dungeon of some sort. So let's go west. See if life is peaceful there. I mean, it might be once we're done, because there won't be anything left. But maybe we also double back a bit, just to double check there's nothing down there. Yeah. We'll try and do this roughly in a methodical fashion. Let's see if there is anything back here or if it's just cliffs that we can't scale. No, it's fine. So we can come down here as well. And now we're in the water around the castle. Okay, so yeah, we'll start here. Maybe find a waterfall. But we can drop down onto there. We're back in Castellensis. Is that a bit of the castle that we've been to before? Maybe. Yeah, so maybe this is just a shortcut back to the castle. And then, which way would we have gone? Yeah, we climbed that ladder, then we crossed that bridge, then we went round that corner, and then a bunch of mages tried to ruin our day. So dropping off here wasn't really useful. Okay, Cherry, how confident am I that you can beat R'hllana today and make some progress? On a scale of 1 to 10, the answer is not very. But we don't have to just do this. Turns out there's a whole bunch more stuff down south that we may have missed. So let's just run up there, get the next site of grace, and if things don't work out and we can't beat R'hllana after a few tries, then mayhap we'll just go south and see what's going on. Will you quit, dog? No. No, we've had to slow down. That's not what we wanted. But luckily those guys are Egypts. Ouch. Didn't realise that guy already had a bead on us. And now progress. Perhaps. Oh, one shot was enough. Very good. So we can stay up here. We can ignore those lads. We can even ignore that lad if we're proper sneaky stealthy. And we are. And there's our rooms. Jolly good. Now this lad, on the other hand, can't be ignored, but he's also not the toughest. Oops, can we lock onto him, please? Thank you. He's also not the brightest. He just stood there like an idiot. Now this guy, on the other hand, a bit tricksy. Excuse me. We are bypassing you and your nonsense, if that's okay. If you want to fall down the lift hole, that would be very funny. But no. Nonetheless, is that guy a good farming spot for Black Knight armor? Maybe. The lift is kind of annoying, but he is very close to a site of grace. Could be a good set for, like, Samkin to get her hands on. Perhaps. So now, do we try? Yeah, we try at least once without summoning Leda. Got to try at least once, for sure. How many flasks of physic do we have on Cherry? Because if anybody needs the full 14 flasks that you can get, then it is a magic user like Cherry that is using a significant amount of both blue and red. Maybe an off-camera thing I'm going to have to do is just venture back to the Lands Between and pick up some more golden seeds. But let's go on in. Let's summon friend Yosh. What does our physic do? I forget. Is it... Yeah, eliminates all FP consumption and boosts magic attacks. That's pretty cool. So, do we traverse, then drink, then summon Yosh? Well. Come on, friend. Ah. Be nice, Relana. Go after my mate. Worry about where those are going. And they are coming towards me. Oh Jesus, everything's coming towards me. Wow. Damage was alright. Just kind of assumed that at least some of those attacks would go towards friend Yosh instead of us. But they did not. So, round 2. Ah, come on. That was the quick ones. So how am I supposed to know whether it's the quick ones or the slow ones? Yeah, rocks are good. But then we have your attention. We don't want your attention. Yes, go Yosh, go. Ouch. Ouch. Yosh is agile, which I like. Right. Good. Down they go again. Could probably get in for a crit, but I don't fancy my chances. And now we panic. Oh, bollocks. So if 2 of those hit us, we die. And it's a 5-hit combo. That's ass. I'm already thinking this might be a job for Leda. But we'll give it one more try with Yosh. Just us and Yosh. Oh, come on. Fuck you. Oh wait, I just realised I was using the wrong staff as well. That probably doesn't help. Where are those swords going? Towards us. Yeah, we'll do a bit more damage if we actually use the right staff. The other one is giving us 10% damage boost, but not if we're being an idiot about things. And then yeah, we're backed into a corner more or less then. So yeah, stop using the wrong staff, Muse. You're a big dum-dum. Heck with it. Wes is going to be our character that beats everyone without summoning. Cherry can summon Ladder. There's no shame in it. And here's other friend. Oh, you're just running in this time. That's awful. Where's my rooms? There they are. Where's my rocks? That was hugely off target, Cherry. I'm not sure many of my rocks are even hitting here because of how agile Rolana is. And yeah, we'll just stay out of that, thank you. Right, so we're down to about half health and we've used 2 of our 4 blue flasks. Oh god. And then that attack just comes in and kills us. Very well. So this is making me think that it was still a decent win for Sammy. Because we only got to like half health that time. Maybe we also need a different spell. Maybe we'll use Ranni's Moon. Also, I've put Twiggy on, because if we don't get it this time, we're just going to give up for now and go somewhere else. Go on, Ladder. Oh, piss off. You've got 3 targets, why are you going for me? Yeah, maybe not the moon, just because it's not terribly mana efficient. Let's go for some charged comets. Oh god. But then of course we can't always see what she's doing. Yeah, this seems a bit more mana efficient. Yeah, uncharged comets. Jeez, I thought it was out of range of that second hit. I was incorrect. Uncharged comets seem to allow me to be a bit more mobile. That one we don't mind, because we're over here. This one we do, man. Double moon. We're not a fan. Ah, god. And then, of course, because the second one hits, the third one hits us, because that's how it be. Nice dodge. Blue would be nice. There we go. Yeah, just go for other people, you brain. It's the lack of stamina that's doing us in. And Ladder has died, and we are out of blue once again. Oh, stop going for me. Oh, come on. That was close. But the fact that she just wouldn't let up on me when Yosh was right there, yeah, that sucked. But we got to keep our runes this time. So mayhap we will go somewhere else and do something else. Because down here we got all sorts of options. Honestly, I'd rather fight Millennia again than bloody R'hllana. She is the worst. Still need a proper sword for Cherry as well. I assume that the Starline sword would be a good option for her. But we'd have to actually get the dang thing. And where we get it from is a mystery. So let's just travel places and see what's what. Like down here, for instance. Kind of came this way on Wes, didn't we? But I'm not sure which way exactly we came on Wes. Because we got the old poison swamp. And it was somewhere down here that we ended up going into the water. But there might be other options. Is that an item? Yeah. No, it's just another toxic mossling. 8 of the buggers. So, did Wes go that way? Maybe. Oh yeah, there are pests and whatnot down there, so that's the way Wes went. Did we check up this way at any point? More Mirandas. A cookbook. Very nice. If that's not poison related, I'll be very surprised. Oh, Spirit Spring. Ah, wait a minute. Spirit Spring with a pile of rocks in front of it. So, somewhere around here there's rocks, I guess? Because it's not those ones that I need to... Oops. Oh, I pressed change. There we go. Yeah, it's not those ones. So... let's have a look around. Any rocks? Anywhere? Aha! So, yes, good. Somewhere a Spirit Spring has been unsealed. Excellent. I wonder if we can do that with Mohg Shackle. It's entirely possible, but hey, we've got Spirit Spring. Is there anything else in this direction though? Because this direction is new. There's a hut. The Elder's Hovel, with the Talisman of Dread. And an Elder. Perhaps. O Bale, Tyrant Drake, do your wounds yet ache? Is your fury still yet to crest its zenith? Hurry, hurry, and lay it all to waste. Lay waste the proud, the conceited, each every last one of that arrogant lot. So the talisman raises the potency of magma. It depicts the dread dragon of the Jagged Peak, who's Bale, I guess, whose roars caused the peak's molten fury to boil and churn. It challenged the ancient dragon lord, and it ended a grievous mutual injury. So it challenged Placidusax, and they wounded each other greatly. And then I guess that was it. It was a score draw. And they each retreated to their own spots. Now that does appear to be it for over here though. So Spirit Spring is the way forward.